Happy New Year. It is the dead of night, very cold out, and I'm enjoying some nice Lipton tea. Hence the name Tea with Tony, or Tea with Tony Tingles, or Triple T, whatever. Just wanted to give a quick blurb. Now, I know a lot of us have made resolutions, and I've made resolutions as well. I know some of us are struggling to follow through. And when I mean some of us, I mean me. So, if you're struggling, maybe I can offer some tips and advice. And normally, FYI, I'd be recording in the studio, but right now it's really cold down there. So, I'm doing this in my living room. It's cozier, but the sound is a little different, a little shot. New Year's resolutions are wonderful things, and the good thing about it is you feel like you have a clean slate, and it's like, well, the mess ups I did last year won't translate to this year. Well, it's not entirely true. Truth is, we got to find out why we didn't make last year's resolutions if we're ever going to have victory in this year's resolutions. And I'm speaking for myself. So, like, things like getting to the gym and getting healthy and saving money. Things like, I want to have a better relationship with my spouse or parent. Or what's funny is that those things, while they're good in and of themselves, don't address the core issue. And I've learned that when I wanted a life change, I needed a mind change. And the mind changes that I've gone through are changing my attitude towards discipline, or changing my attitude towards, having a vision, or having an idea of the bigger picture. For example, I never was really concerned with what I eat. I'm not a fat guy. I'm skinny, but I got like a beer belly. But now I'm like, no, I'm going to be serious about going to the gym and, working that off and working out the chest and abs and all that. And I'll tell you one thing, man. The first week and a half, 2 weeks, it was awesome. Like, I'd go into the gym pumped up, like, yeah, I'm going to work this out. And then one day, I think like 2 days ago, I was on the treadmill and I'm like sweating it out. And then something just told me in my mind, it's like, dude, you're going to have to do this for months and months before you get to where you want to be. Now, I understand there are diets and things out there that say, you can lose 30 pounds in a day and all that stuff. And that's cool. I'm not ready for that. I'm ready for, developing like strength training and weight training and all that. But there's just something in my mind that said, you know what, Tony? This sucks. Turn off the treadmill, go to your locker room, change, walk out, and don't come back. I swear to God, that was the first thing that came to my head. I didn't. Number one, because my fiance texted me and said, hey, how's it going? So, since we kind of made a New Year's resolution together. We got to keep each other accountable. So, back to what I was saying, or the original intent of this video, whatever, is just to encourage everyone who's started out the new year with a clean slate and said, this is what I want to change. The best advice I can offer you is do your research and educate yourself on what you're trying to do. And then, second of all, it probably be a good idea to get a small support group of people around you for whatever change it is, whether it's weight loss, whether it's finances, whether it's relationship building, whatever. Get a support group. Get one or two people who are either been down the same road as you or trying to go down the same road, and get them to support you. I mean, personally, I have very few close friends because I look for people who are like-minded. Because I do have a number of goals, and I do have a number of interests that I want to pursue. But if I'm not rolling, or they say rolling with people who are like-minded, then you're just not gonna, I'm not gonna be with the end result. Like, they always say, be independent. But independence is great until you find yourself at a plateau, until you're standing on that treadmill and you don't want to go any further. Or until you get that credit card bill that's exorbitant and you don't want to pay it. Or until you get that phone call from the doctor. Get a support group, get knowledgeable, and I think the last thing for me, this only works for me. Maybe it'll work for you, maybe not. When you think that something will take a month or a day, try to double it. I know for me, I always say, oh, I can get this done in a week, or I can get that done in a month. And what happens is that life throws curveballs. And when those curveballs come, instead of being able to say, oh, no, I've got time, I can take care of this, I freak out. And a lot of times I've started projects, I've started doing things, and because something would come up, whether it was an emergency or change of plans, whatever, I'd just be like, well, I'm going to give up. Like, for instance, the other day I was driving to the gym. I was trying to leave my garage to go to the gym, and I'm backing out of the car, backing the car out of the garage, and we had some construction going on in the garage because they were fixing things, so I had to do an obstacle course, and I was just so frustrated with doing it. I'm like, I'm just not going, and I quit. That day I didn't go. But man, I was just like, no. The next day I woke up, I was like, nah, I gotta go. I gotta get back to this. I gotta push forward. I can't just quit altogether because I hit a bump in the road. And it made all the difference. A lot of us, we're all gonna go through bumps this year. I mean, let's be honest. We may plan for something to happen, and we may very well reach that goal. You may, get that promotion, or get that dream partner, or get that baby, or, you may get that car you want, whatever. And then, you may get a call from the doctor tomorrow saying your test results are positive, whatever those test results are. You may lose your job. You may lose your partner. We don't know what this year holds in store. And I know it's like, oh my God, that's not relaxing. Tell me good things. Well, here's what I do know. Change is inevitable. Things always change. Even we're different. I'm different from how I was a day ago. You're different than how you were a day ago. Change will always happen. And there will always be discomfort, especially when we are used to doing things a certain way, or we're trying to break out of a certain pattern, and we're faced with having to break those habits. Like for me, I love sweet foods. Uh, you know, cookies, candy, yogurt, all that. I love it. And because I'm in so-called weight training, I can't have all that stuff. And that sucks, and that's painful, and it's like, oh, it's discomfort, and I want to quit. And, the days in which I tell myself, I am done with this, but I push through. Now, maybe 6 months from now, you'll see me all built up. Maybe it's worth it. Maybe I need another year to get to where I want to be. I don't know. I'm okay with it either way. I'm okay with putting in the time. But I say all that to say, push forward. There will be obstacles. There will be people who doubt you. There will be your own internal doubts and fears. There'll be circumstances that come up that you have no way of controlling. The economy, war, health. Even though there are certain aspects of health you can control, but sometimes your body just turns on you. Accidents, you can't control these things. But try to push forward. We're all in a human race together. We're all trying to be the best we can be. And we're all trying to be better versions of ourselves. Some of us actually attain that because we don't give up. The others, most of us, just hit a bump in the road and walk away. I myself, I can speak for myself. I'm a bump in the road kind of guy. I'm like, oh, that looks too hard. I'm going that way. And, I can't get the life that I want if I'm always running away from conflict. So if you made a New Year's resolution, whatever it is, and you stumbled or you stopped or you said, you know what, I can't do this right now, I just want to encourage you to pick it up, look at it, try it again, figure out another way of attaining the goal. You may tell yourself, I want to be a millionaire by the end of this year, but I had an idea for a product that's already out there. Okay? Think of another idea. Think of someone else who needs your help. Read books of other people. For instance, I read Tony Robbins. I read James Altucher. I read Brene Brown. I read a whole bunch of different books. At least one book once every 3 months. And those really help me. And maybe they'll help you, I don't know. But the thing to remember is we're all here to push through to get to the other side, whatever that other side is, whatever your vision is, whatever your dream is of who you are, who your family is, what you are in life. Hold on to that and push through. So, my tea is actually done. And it's amazing. Just milk, Lipton tea, hot water. A tiny bit of sugar. Some good company. Well, right now I only have you. Everybody else is asleep, which is good. So, as for ASMR videos, I am re-recording one. I recorded a Lego video a little while back, but I didn't really like the sound quality. It was just like, oh, it's like echoey and all that good stuff. So I'm going to be redoing that. That should come up within another week or so. And I got a bunch of other goodies coming up for you to do. So, yeah, stay tuned. Thanks again for watching. And again, Happy New Year. And keep pushing. Ciao.